Hi, this is Stefan Acevedo from Cafe Long Island, and I decided to come down to CSEA Local 830 to find out what they're all about. Hi, I'm Stefan Acevedo, your co-host for Cafe Long Island, and I'm here with Jerry Laricchiuta, the president for CSEA 830 here in Nassau County. How you doing, Jerry? Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Stefan.
So Jerry, what is CSEA?
Now, CSEA is a very large public union representing public workers throughout the state of New York. We have almost 300,000 workers throughout the state. And the largest local in CSEA is Local 830 right here in Nassau County. That's my local. I'm president of. And we have about 10,000 members here in Nassau County. We provide hundreds, literally hundreds of services to our residents. We're proud to do it. We do it well. Represent everyone from ambulance drivers to clerks to laborers to doctors to crossing guards. It's a very diverse union.
What is your role as president?
It's my job to go to the legislature, go to the county executive office, and represent my members and do the best I can to protect them and protect the contract that we work under and make sure that they get their fair share. And today, that's a very difficult job. As you know, public worker unions are under attack all over the country, and certainly Nassau County might be one of the leading areas where that's happening right now. That's my job. My job is to lead us in the right direction.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you grew up, where you came from?
I grew up in Astoria, Queens. My dad was a teamster, drove a cement truck, had 6 kids. He made a decent living, but he worked very hard. And eventually, when I was 12 years old, we moved out to Long Island.
How does your working history help you relate to the many people you represent?
Worked in delicatessens and restaurants, and I worked hard. And then eventually I started buying delicatessens, so I know what it's like to be on the management side. But at some point in my life, after I became a flight attendant for Pan Am, and people say, "You were a flight attendant?" Yeah, 100 pounds ago. But I loved that job. Pan Am was a great organization. And I was a international flight attendant for about 4 years with them. I was a shop steward, where that's my first interest peaked in being a union activist. Once I was in public work, I worked for the Nassau County Sheriff's Department. We realized that we were underrepresented. CSCA did represent us, but there was no unit for them. So I became a shop steward. And that was my first real test here in public workers unions, and did well as a shop steward. Eventually we were able to form our own CSEA unit there. I was elected president in 1994, ran as the president there for 10 years. That's called a unit president. Did my job pretty well there, and took the big shot here at the local. In 2005 I ran for president of the whole local, and we won. And we won because we worked very hard and we got our message out and said, this is the kind of leadership you need, someone that's going to be honest with the members and credible, and that's going to work hard. The one issue I want to make as my mainstay as the president, I want our members to believe me. There's always a connotation that maybe politicians or union leaders or people that get elected basically aren't always truthful. And I believe that you have to be honest and you have to be credible. And you earn that. You don't just get that. And after 6 years and 2 elections, I think my members, for the most part, I say that because you'll never get 100%, but I think for the most part they believe Jerry, and they know that we're working hard for them, and they trust me, and that's the most important thing. So that's where we are.
What are some of the issues that you are facing, and what are some of the things you are doing to solve those issues?
Don't listen to the propaganda. Do not be intimidated and manipulated. You're very smart people. Our residents in Nassau County, once they sit down and listen and they hear the whole argument, they really get it. But when you look at a 30-second clip on TV, it's all propaganda and spin. And that's what the Republicans have been doing here in Nassau County. They're spinning the residents into a vicious cycle of venom against the unions. And little by little, we are unspinning that. And little by little, our message is getting out. And they're realizing that, hey, you know what? Let's go to this website, learn about them. I want to see what this guy actually had to say when he addressed the ledge. And then I'll get emails and they'll say, you know what, you did a pretty good job there. I didn't know that it only cost $300 out of $10,000. A $10,000 tax bill. Only $300 of that $10,000 pays for every single one of our CSEA employees. I think the entire property tax bill is because of my members. It's an absolute, it's just not true, not even close. If you fired us all, you'd still be the highest tax county in Nassau, in the country, I'm sorry, you'd be the highest tax county in the United States, and you wouldn't have a single service.
If people are interested in learning more about the union, how could they get involved?
We do pride ourselves in getting our word out and in communication, as I said. One of the best ways would probably be through our website, which is currently averaging about 300,000 hits a month. And that's not just from members. That is from, we get emails and hits from the residents and the taxpayers out there that want to learn a little bit more about what we're doing, and they want to see if they're going to be on the right side of the issue. So the address is www.csea830.org. And once there, you'll see that there are links all over the state, the county. We're on YouTube. Then, getting involved is by sending letters to the county executive, sending letters and making phone calls to the legislators and saying, hey, you know what? We've been listening. We've been watching. And you guys are misleading us. And, even if you fired them all, we'd still be high tax. And you say that they're causing our taxes to go high, when in fact, they're only 3% of the entire tax bill. Stand behind their union brothers and sisters, their neighbors, their friends, and their family, and support those that helped build this country to what it is today and continue to provide hundreds of services to them. Services that are very vital. When you dial 911, that's my member. You don't want to get a busy signal when you dial 911. You want a professional on the other end of that phone, and you want someone to make sure that your loved one, whoever you're calling for, is going to get the absolute best care, and hopefully we're going to save that person's life. Well, you know what? You cut the services down to the bone, you might get that busy signal. And that's not going to be our fault. That's going to be government's fault.
Hi, this is Keith B. Robinson, co-host of Cafe Long Island. My co-host Marcia McNair decided to visit Love Jones Cafe in Baldwin to get a taste of jerk chicken and to hear the local band Mack sings.
This is Marcia McNair for Cafe Long Island, and I'm here with Isaac of Love Jones Cafe. He's the chef who's really known for his jerk chicken. So, Isaac, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me here.
And tell me a little bit about that jerk chicken.
Oh, the jerk chicken. I've been actually making it for a while. I perfected it. It's very tasty. I use a couple of seasonings, and I cook it very, very slowly. So it's pretty decent. Everybody kind of likes it.
Well, you're not the only one who likes it.
I've heard.
Because you're bringing folks here to Love Jones for that jerk chicken.
Thank you.
But you also have a lot of other things on the menu. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, we have some Love Jones chicken, some spicy, some sweet and tangy. We have salmon cakes and salmon steaks. We have an array of vegetables and entrees and appetizers to fit everybody's needs when they come in here to eat. It's a complete restaurant.
Well, you're making my mouth water, I'm telling you.
Oh, thank you.
How long have you been cooking?
Ooh, years ago when I was a kid, my grandmother put me on a step stool and started telling me to pass her the seasonings when she was cooking for a whole bunch of people in the house. So I learned when I was a young age how to season food and how to cook it, how slow, things like that.
So what do you like about cooking?
Actually, cooking is kind of like a part of you. It's it gives a little bit of love. You don't want nothing to come out bad. You want things to come out perfect. Tasting good, afterwards settling good in your stomach. Just pretty decent. I like it because it also gives you the freedom to experiment, freedom to do what you want. No bosses. You and the food are the boss. That's it.
That's the way I like it too.
Yes.
But I wanted to thank you for taking your time to talk to me today.
And thank you for having me. Thank you for having for Love Jones.
Yes, this has been Marcia McNair for Cafe Long Island, and I've been speaking to Isaac, the chef at the Love Jones Cafe. This is Marcia McNair, and I'm here with Lasells McLoughlin, the entertainment manager of Love Jones Cafe in Baldwin, New York. How are you doing today, Lasell?
Doing well, Marcia. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the idea behind the entertainment night at Love Jones Cafe.
Well, the management and myself, band leader for the Macksings band, we wanted to do something that was a little different for the area and bring in other talent from outside the area. Very entertaining, having the band as a backing band, but bringing other talent, bringing other musicians, other singers, and especially spoken word artists. That's where their heart was. So we wanted to create something that was going to be really different, and this has ended up being something very, very different and very, very entertaining.
Besides music and open mic, you also have comedy, I heard.
If comedy night is on Thursday nights, and it's one of the nights that really get your laugh on. It's the night before Fridays. And, a lot of people work from home, or they don't go to work on Fridays. So it ends up being a pretty packed out night, and people enjoy it, and it's very funny. So just have it coming out.
And what's going on the weekend in terms of entertainment?
Well, in that terms, here at Love Jones Cafe, they have the Grown and Sexy night, which is Saturday. And the very mature coming out, and they have a good time here. Back here, they have a DJ, and it's really, really, really nice place to be on a Saturday night.
Now, tell me a little bit about the band Mack Sings. How did you come up with that name?
Well, Mack Sings. The term Mack came from my last name, McLoughlin, but I picked up Mack from I was a retired Marine, so instead of calling you by your last name, they wanted to chop it down to Mack, so it just stuck with me. So the fact that I sing, I just combined it together. Mack Sings as a solo artist, but as a band, Mack Sings Band. But it covers a lot of other artists. It doesn't just cover me. It covers Latrice Cherry from the Cherry on Top, and she has her own band. And it covers Angel Scent, who's another vocalist. Bruce Big Daddy Wayne, who's another vocalist with his own band. All we do is we collaborate together. We create one band, and we entertain together.
Now, what kind of music do you do?
Just basically, we cover everything from pop to soul to jazz, right? And even for Jewish occasions, we do the things for the bat mitzvahs and bar mitzvahs.
Oh, really?
Whatever the need is for weddings, anything, right? But our hearts are in entertaining. So doing this type of thing is more fun for us than just doing a regular wedding or stuff like that. Though we enjoy that, being able to just express ourselves the way we do in all different forms is more enjoyable.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to speak to me tonight, and I'm really looking forward to hearing Mack sing.
Thank you.
This has been Marcia McNair at the Love Jones Cafe, and I've been speaking to Lasells McLoughlin, the entertainment manager of Love Jones Cafe and the band leader for Mack Sings.
I